Have you ever wondered, what if time is not just a physical entity, but also a spiritual journey? Time, the ever-present enigmatic force, is something we often perceive as a linear, tangible entity. The relentless ticking of the clock seems to be its physical manifestation, a constant reminder of its ceaseless march. But time is so much more than a mere physical concept. It's a mystery, a paradox, a riddle wrapped in the fabric of our existence. But what if we told you time has more to it than meets the eye? In the physical world, time is a constant. It never stops, never waits. It marches on, indifferent to our pleas for it to slow down during cherished moments or to speed up in periods of distress. We experience time as a linear progression, marked by the ticking of a clock, the changing of seasons, the aging of our bodies. It's measurable and quantifiable, neatly divided into seconds, minutes, hours, days, years. We use it to organize our lives, to schedule our tasks and appointments. We celebrate it with birthdays and anniversaries, marking the passage of time with joy, and sometimes with a tinge of melancholy. We are conditioned to race against time, to cram as much as we can into the 24-hour cycle that defines our day. We're taught to value efficiency, to make every second count. Time, in this sense, becomes a commodity, something to be managed, saved, and spent wisely. Yet despite our attempts to control it, time remains elusive. It slips through our fingers like grains of sand, reminding us of its relentless nature. It's a paradox, at once tangible, yet intangible, concrete, yet abstract. We often forget that this linear perception of time is not universal. It's a human construct, a way for us to make sense of our existence in the physical realm. While this perception of time helps us organize our lives, it's not the only way to view time. In the spiritual realm, time takes on a different form. It's not the linear ticking clock that we're accustomed to in our physical existence. Instead, it's cyclical, a never-ending loop of experiences and lessons, often referred to as the wheel of life. Imagine a circle, no start, no end, just a continuous flowing cycle. That's how time operates in the spiritual realm. It's not about yesterday, today, or tomorrow, but rather about the eternal now. Now, what does this eternal now mean? It's a state where past, present, and future are not separate entities, but rather, they exist simultaneously. It's a concept that's hard to grasp from our linear perspective of time, but it's a core principle in many spiritual philosophies. In this eternal now, you're not just a passive observer of time passing by. No, you're an active participant. Each moment holds a wealth of opportunities for growth, learning, and evolution. Every experience, every interaction, every thought is a chance to learn more about ourselves and the world around us. From this viewpoint, time isn't a relentless force that ages us, makes us rush, or causes us stress. Instead, it becomes a nurturing environment, a fertile ground for our spiritual growth. We begin to see time not as a relentless pursuer, but as a compassionate teacher, gently guiding us on our path. Every second is a new chance to evolve, to become a better version of ourselves. Each tick of the clock is an invitation to learn, to grow, to love more deeply, to understand more fully. Time in the spiritual realm isn't about counting minutes and hours. It's about making each moment count. It's about embracing every experience, be it joyous or painful, as a step towards our spiritual evolution. It's a shift from seeing time as a finite resource to viewing it as an infinite source of growth opportunities. It's a transformation from being a slave to the clock to becoming the master of our own evolution. In the spiritual realm, time becomes a journey of the soul, not just a ticking clock. So what does this different understanding of time mean for us? Well, it's about realizing that time is not just a physical entity, but it also has a spiritual dimension. In our physical world, time is linear and constant. It moves forward, never backward, and we are all bound by its relentless march. But in the spiritual realm, time takes on a different form. It's cyclical, representing the eternal now. Here, past, present, and future are not separate entities, but part of a continuous cycle. This cyclical nature of time mirrors the journey of the soul, constantly evolving, learning, and growing. Time, then, is more than just a measure of our days and years. It is a tool for our spiritual growth and evolution. It's a journey that we all embark on, a journey that shapes us, that molds us, that makes us who we are. Embracing this spiritual view of time can bring a profound shift in our perception and experience of life. After all, time is more than just ticking seconds. It's a spiritual journey we are all part of.